All right, this is it. This is going to be my one-off video about how I feel about Ashes of Creation. I am not a video editor. I'm barely even a streamer anymore these days. So I just want to make this video. Hello, I'm Chi. Welcome. In this video, I am going to spiel Ashes of Creation, my experience with it, and some of this hopefully is relatable to you. So hopefully you'll learn something new, and if anything, maybe I'll make a new friend in the world of Vyra. But first of all, my name is Chi, and I am also known as Smoochie. I am playing on the realm Vyra. I have been playing since Alpha 2 Phase 1 and Phase 2, and I came into Alpha 2 completely blind. I was essentially a +1 into the game. I haven't played MMOs since I kind of swore them off. I was a full-on Final Fantasy 11 and Vanilla WoW through the Burning Crusade addict. Back then I was in high school, and I would do anything, especially in the TBC days, to be the top DPS of the leading raiding guild on the server, and I was back then. And I didn't stop there. I actually would play on my brother's accounts and raid with their separate guilds. So I was using 3 separate accounts to be able to raid nonstop. Needless to say, it was one of the worst decisions I've ever made in my life, dealing with a MMO addiction when I was younger. Beyond that history, Beyond that history with MMOs, I am a diehard PC gamer. I have started very young into PC gaming. I remember playing Duke Nukem, the original Baldur's Gate. I loved the original Half-Life 1, and of course my Counter-Strike community diehard CS fan. PC gaming has been my upbringing, everything in between, like the reason why I am a failure in life. Okay. Anyways, beyond me, let's talk about Ashes of Creation. Ashes of Creation so far is an MMORPG. I always think about it like, like a Stamboy RPG. I know Steven is this guy who wants to make MMOs amazing, and I personally loved about MMOs back in the day, like they were very challenging and very socially dependent and community dependent in terms of like the quote unquote successes that you found through video games. And he put a lot of money, he created his studios. He's actually San Diegan, like me. Hi from down the street, what's up? Anyways, so they created this grand idea of an MMO where PvP, hard work, actual competence is relative, and I'm like, okay, all right, I'm sold on that. I'm sold on that. Give me that classic WoW equation again, and I will indulge, right? So I consider myself to be pretty hyper competitive, and it sounds like a great environment for try-hard sweat lords to kind of do their thing, you know? So so that's the thing. I'm here. And so let's talk about my experience with Phase 1. So I go in completely blind, not knowing anything at all. That new user experience is horrendous, because it's like you're going around like a chicken with your head cut off. You're missing things because they're not blatant. I understand that like quest markers, not hold your hand is an element, but everything just feels sloppy and not streamlined in a sense where ultimately you're not just sitting there confused, half things aren't working, and feeling like there's nothing more to the game except for a sloppy mess of an initial questline experience. And I was able to eventually look past that, but like soda poppin', I know you will never see this video, but the rage that he experienced, I like, Soda Poppin was my spirit animal in that essence. I felt the same way. I'm like, this is sloppy. Like, why do I have to sit here and read? Why do my quests not actually work? Like, it was not good. It was not good. But that is beyond the point. Everyone knows that's a problem. The combat. As soon as I actually got into the world and started playing my darn character, which was a bard, by the way, I was like, wow, this is fun. Killing things is hard and killing things is fun. And then plus when you're in a brand new game, not actually looking into anything prior to, I know a majority of Ashes players, I feel like, are people that have followed the development, looked into everything beforehand, have like their guilds preset and their intentions preset with the game. I had zero, bud. And I honestly wasn't even convinced that I was going to continue playing it. But Ashes has its claws on me. I have been playing it like nonstop and at an addictive pace that I feared that would happen. And obviously I never learned from my youth, because here I am again, investing time, investing money. And I feel like making a video like this is the only compensation. Hopefully, putting myself out there, creating future content for this game will amount to something. So, going into phase 1, if I can offer any tips about going into phase 1, it's really like explore your character the most. I feel like if you have a hard time grasping the crafting elements, what am I doing with my time and am I utilizing it well, just focus on your class. Focus on, maybe jumping into groups, playing with others, really understanding your role, whatever it may be, and understanding your actual abilities and contributing what you're supposed to contribute when you are in a group. You have to know your limitations, you have to know your contributions, and you want to, when you are grouping with others and getting gear and EXP, you honestly want to contribute towards the success of that group's grind, right? You don't want to waste other people's time by being bad at your class. Like, that's not like, I don't know if this is like a no-brainer, but you would think by the time like you meet another level 25 or 20 something, like they know what you know, right? But no, really take the time into learning your class. Phase 1, that's basically what I did. I just like grinded to level 25. I wore the loot that I unlocked during the way. Of course, I did vendor loot. I think I signed up for citizenship. And I joined a big guild. I joined a massive guild, and I'm not a face. I'm just a number, and it's whatever. It's fine. I'm not overly attached to it at the same time because of that. Like I am like, initially it's good because a lot of the knowledge in the game collectively through the guild is there at my, that so I can expose myself. But ultimately, like, and it was great because I got to partake in like killing raid bosses, caravan runs, PvP. Like, I highly recommend finding the right guild for you. And if it will take a while, that's fine. Honestly, I am not even convinced that I'm in the right place right now, but I'm grateful to be in a guild that has the numbers that it has, because it's opened my eyes to a lot of things that that really makes Ashes what it is. And that's a huge part of the community, and what collective knowledge that is pulled together and working together to unlock different elements of the game. I haven't touched down on alpha being, so I know I'm going all over the place here, but is alpha worth it for you? I would say, I would ask a couple questions. First off, do you have money? No, then no, alpha is not for you. It does cost a lot, but ultimately for the time invested, it really isn't that expensive. It's upfront, but for a long payout. So I would say if you can afford it initially, dive in. Why not? You're going to get your money's worth. And if you're unhappy, I hear they have a 90-day return policy. So you're good. You're good. Create your first impressions yourself. And if you're anything like me, it didn't just cost a couple $100. It actually cost me like over $1,000 because I love this game so much. I actually bought a laptop so I can play it. Thank you so much for being a great enough alpha for me to want to buy a laptop to play at any opportunity I want to play. Thank you. Thank you so much, Intrepid and Steven Steam. I appreciate you. Anyways, and then of course it being an alpha, it's not a full-fledged game, but that's the thing, like you're contributing towards server, stress testing, finding bugs, really also even game elements or exploits and game elements that essentially break the game. And it's all, it's all stats that they need to just make it better. And I feel like already it is like a playable game, and there are elements to it that beyond like the bugs that you will most definitely experience and waste your quote unquote time because something isn't working right. And the frustrations around that, like it's honestly like also a player check in terms of like, can you check your attitude? Can you check your patience? That's another thing. If you don't have patience, please don't buy this game. Please don't buy this game. If you don't have patience or high tolerance, you are SOL. All right. But if you do have patience and you can balance how tumultuous this game is, you're going to have a lot of fun with it. And I hope you do. I hope anything you invest time or money in, you enjoy. So I personally enjoy Alpha, Ashes of Creation Alpha a lot. So much to the point I'm actually making a random YouTube video about it. So what else can I talk about? Alpha 1, Phase 1, hit max level, was like, oh, what should I be doing? Maybe I should look into crafting. And what should I have been doing the whole time? I'm like, dude, I guess I should have been leveling my gathering, looking into things, seeing how I can actually be a contributing cog in this giant guild that I have. Like, how do I not feel so worthless? But when all of the fun to me, like when I play the game, I would say I'm very combat focused. So it's like using my character, essentially hitting buttons. My APM is through the freaking roof when I play Bard. Like, I am nonstop. I am bouncing. I am flourishing into walls. I am silencing things. I am literally like, it's so funny. My fiance pointed out that I have restless leg syndrome when I play the game, and I swear I'm like tapping like at the same freaking speed when I play this game. And that's what's fun to me. The actions per minute when you're in combat is so satisfying, and I really appreciate Ashes for that reason. Like, I don't mind the grind. I know a lot of people complain about it because it is tedious, and it does like require, if you are challenging yourself, it does require your full attention. Generally, especially if you play, in my opinion, if you play a good bard. And it's like one of those things where you like, it's fun playing with randoms, like really needing randoms to play with. And my experience with MMOs in the past, like, I still talk to my original WoW guild. We have been playing games together for over 20 years. I've even dated someone from my WoW guild before, and it's like one of those things where, it is an investment of your time. It is community based, and my goal with this game is to get all of the good things I got out of like my previous WoW addiction. and a big part of that is just finding fun people to play video games with. So Alpha, beyond the community sides of thing, let's see, how did I switch things up in Phase 2? I gathered a little bit more since I'm not investing into crafting. I feel like crafting has such a what is it, barrier to entry if you don't have the support of friends and or a guild. It is, to me, like, I was an enchanter in WoW, right? And I had the support of regular players that I would play with nonstop, so we could go farm these recipes, and I'd be like the only one on the server with a certain enchantment, and then I would like monopolize on that. Like, that was great. It's similar in a sense with ashes, because you basically have to get funneled recipes and ingredients or gatherables, and you're gonna be the Joe Schmo, not the Joe Schmo, but you're gonna be like the guy that can actually get these players what they want. And so I've been trying to like do a little bit more gathering, but even then I don't really feel like useful at all to crafters and or myself in that area. I have had a lot of fun with like random PvP encounters, controlling grind spots, reacting to the douchebaggery that just is nonstop existing around you sometimes, and it's been great. It's been hectic, but it's been great. I'm having a lot of fun. What other points can I talk on? There are so many other points I can talk on, to be honest. And what else can I say? I'm sorry. What else can I say about this game? Obviously it's down for patching right now. It's coming back up. All I know is like, hey, if you're in Vyra, hit me up. I'm Vypa, the Bard. I also am starting a couple different alts because my focus is honestly to learn the classes as much as possible. So like when I'm in a grind group, I can honestly like backseat you, bro. Like I'm like, hey, do this, do that. This is what I learned doing this, doing that. Like that's my experience. What's cool about the game is like you can do whatever you want. If you want to like focus on the gathering side, the PvP side, like it's a large enough like sandbox to essentially just cater to what your playstyle is. I again don't really have any expectations. I'm just like having fun grinding. Some of you might think I'm psycho, but it's like that's a huge appeal to me, the combat, and learning something new every single day to hopefully give me more leverage for the next time I'm in a PvP situation, or you know, like grinding to gain gear, like just learning about enchanting and trying to like maximize my MP. So again, the type of person I was like, I gotta be top DPS. I gotta be top DPS. I want all the magical power. I want the best gear. That's why we all play MMOs, right? Well, some people don't for other reasons, but everyone wants to be the best that they can be in the video game and in RL and whatever. And it's a grind, it's a min-max, it's everything great about MMOs, and Ashes of Creation is igniting that old school MMO in me, because I legit haven't, like, outside of the Burning Crusade, I quit during the Wrath of the Lich King patch, by the way. I heard WoW got pretty casual. And then I just like, you know, went back to my like true passions, which is competitive team-based like shooters or MOBAs and just like variety gaming in general. But I'm just surprised how much I love Ashes of Creation so far, with all of its like imperfections, and because it is an alpha, and but to me, I see it as just a platform to kind of cater to what you want out of your MMO experience, because it is a more than sufficient platform to get you what you want out of it. And I know the team is working hard. I know they're over communicating with the audience. I know everyone has an opinion. I know there's drama out there. Leave me out of it. And I don't know if you have any of your own opinions or yada yada. Again, this is unstructured. I'm just gonna throw this out there because if I don't, I never will. So yeah, Thanks for hanging out. Mwah. Bye. See you again.